Yo, this is Stocks and Bars, the Stock Market Hip Hop Podcast, the only place where you will find finance mixed with hip hop. And this is the Cliff Notes episode. Now, last episode we talked with my guy Taylor Sohns of Life Goal Investments. He was on and we had a great conversation and we talked a lot. We talked about our humble upbringings. We talked about basketball. We talked about the stock market. We talked about bricks. Yo, make sure you do myself a favor and him. Check out that episode, part 1 and 2, and make sure that you leave a comment. Leave me a rating. Let me know how I'm doing out here compared to the rest. But leave me a rating, leave me a comment, all that good stuff. But this is the Cliff Notes episode, and you know how we get down with this episode. What we do is we cover the topics that we just talked about. In this one, we are going to talk furthermore about managing your money. This is a sore spot. This is a really sore spot for a lot of people because we don't pay attention to this. We neglect this a lot. And this is something that is crucial to you and your wealth building. So let's jump directly into this topic. Managing your money. I'm going to just give you simple 2 tips. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. We're going to jump right into it. And the first thing you need to do is understand that this problem is very, very simple. It really is. And the problem at hand is that we spend more than we earn. This is how this happens. It is very simplistic. We spend more than we earn. So therefore, the solution is equally as simple. Stop spending more than we earn. And in order to do that, we have to do the hard work. Family, we got to do an audit. We have to do an audit. This is going to be the check that you need to do to yourself in order to find out where your money is going. The audit is essential. Clear out some time right now. Clear it out. Take the time to do an audit. I want you to look at your statement and look at what money is going out of your account. And you will be surprised on what those little purchases that you may make add up to be. And do it for the month so you can realize the impact that you are doing on your own finances. Take the time, do the audit. Stop playing yourself, do the audit right now. Once you figure out what that money is going towards, you need to put a plan into place to help yourself curb that spending. Once we do that audit, create a budget. If you have a budget created or you do not have a budget created, you need to do that and stick to the budget. One thing that all of us Americans have is consistency. All of us do. We are the result of our consistent actions right now. What you did last year around this time is the result you are living in right now. 12 months ago, whatever you did, you are living in that result right now. So, consistency is going to be the key in order to help you get out of whatever financial situation that you are currently in. One thing we get tricked into a lot. Oh, you deserve this. You deserve that car. You deserve that TV. You worked hard for it. We all work hard. We do. But we really deserve peace. We really deserve prosperity. We deserve to be financially sound. Putting yourself in debt because of what you believe you deserve, that's a feeling. We have to be realistic about what we are spending our money on. You do deserve a lot of things, but overall, you deserve happiness, you deserve peace, you deserve that prosperity, you deserve that peace of mind that you are taking care of business. One thing that we all get trapped up to is the car payment. This is the biggest driver, in my opinion, of debt for a lot of us because, like I said, you deserve that car. This is something that we need to be very careful and cautious of. The average car payment right now, 2023. New car payment, by the way, $725. I couldn't even believe it when I saw this. $725 is the average car payment. That's ridiculous. Lease payment I have $586. And the source of this is Lending Tree. All right. All I did was a simple Google search, average car payment 2023. Lending Tree popped up and gave me the results that I'm sharing with you right now. So you can go ahead and check that out on Google. But this is ridiculous. Almost $600 for a lease, over $700 for a new car. Money is flying out the door. We got to protect ourselves. So once you identify the things that you are spending money on, that budget is going to help you, and you're going to identify what you can live with and what you can live without. And you will make these decisions, and once you do that, you are on your path to prosperity. All right, last tip, number 2 right here. You got to manage your debts. We have to manage our debts. Debt is a necessity. It really is. It's something that we have to carry in order to help us get over the hump. And it's also a very good tool to use when you want to leverage things. So I'm not going to be the guy to tell you that all debt is bad. It's not. It's how we manage that debt is what is bad. So managing your debt. Let's talk about the primary one here, credit cards. Credit cards right now, average credit card interest rate. Are you ready for this? 25%. Yo. 25%. That means when you borrow that $100, you're giving them $25. That's a lot of money going out. And if you have a revolving balance, that is constantly going out. And that is eating away at your chance right now at being financially sound. We got to put ourselves in check on that. When you do that audit, find out what you are spending on these credit cards and make sure that you are doing your best to avoid getting hit with that interest. And speaking of not getting hit with that interest, there are hacks to make sure you get around with that. Credit cards depend on you having a revolving balance. So if you do not pay that off within the specified time, which is usually about 30, 31 days, if you don't pay that off, then that is what you are subject to have interest upon. So the key to making sure you don't have interest is pay off the balance before it hits that 30-day window. So what I do personally is I use my card for the points. If I end up putting gas, for instance, I use my card because I have a 3% cash back. So whenever I get gas, as soon as I get inside of the driver's seat, before I even start my car, I'm on my phone and I am scheduling that payment to go directly to my credit card. That way I do not have that balance hanging out. So this is something that I do diligently, and it only takes me about 2 minutes of my time. And that 2 minutes gives me my peace that I do not have that hanging over my head. So there's a trick for you. If you really want to get ahead of the game, that's one thing that you can do. Share with me some other things that you might be doing in order to help fight the credit card debt battle. Another thing that you can do, balance transfers. Be leery of these sometimes because a lot of balance transfers have that minimum amount. You got to understand what that is. It's going to get tacked on. But a lot of them also have a 12 to 15 month window that you have to pay off that balance that you transfer to that card. So if you're not familiar with a balance transfer, it is exactly what it sounds like. You are transferring the balance on one card to another. Oftentimes, if you have good enough credit, they will give you a 0% APR. So the average credit card interest rate is 25%. If you were able to switch it to a card that was 0 and paid off the balance in that time frame, you saved yourself a lot of money on the interest that you would have paid on that balance. So that's another way that you can use credit cards in order to help you manage your debt. Last one, only buy what you can afford to buy twice. Listen up, only buy what you can afford to buy twice. And that is because if I am going to make that payment, that is my second purchase right there. If I bought it on a credit card, then I need to be able to make that same money come back to that credit card. But the simple math on that is $400 out, can I afford to buy that same item twice? Can I put that in my cart twice and buy it right now? If the answer is no, then you shouldn't be making that purchase. These are all simple things, but we neglect it because we feel we are darned if we don't have what we want to get. We live in a society that is giving us that instant gratification where we feel like we should be able to get whatever we want. That instant gratification is killing us slowly and at the same time quickly. We got to be able to put these things in check. So last thing on here is make sure that you check out all the episodes of the podcast. I do this every single week. And now it's time for the market outlook. If you're not following me on YouTube, do yourself a favor, change that ASAP. Look in the show notes, and I'll tell you also that you can find me on YouTube. That's Wincrease Team. You can find me Stocks and Hip Hop. This is Stocks and Bars. All of that you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media there is out there. You can find me on there using those two key terms. Market outlook right now, we are in August. As we talk about this, I've already said before, volatility in August is something that is historically a norm. So now here we are with volatility and it's all good. But I do think this is actually a good time to start entering the market. We've hit a few support levels for anybody who wants to start to add to positions or even enter the market. I think this is a pretty decent time in order to do it as far as what the prices are relative to the highs that we recently experienced. So I like it. And the stock that I really like, for those who want to keep it simple, we're going to go with ETFs this time. All right, we can go with simply SPY, which is around 450 something right now, or VOO. Both of them are basically the same thing, and each is an ETF that mirrors the S&P. And I like both because the S&P, I believe, is a sector, or not sector, the index that is pretty much the go-to, in my opinion, as far as the stock market is concerned. So that's it for this week. Like I said, make sure you check me out every single episode. Follow my fellas, Marathon Money. I appreciate you spending time with me. Check out every single episode. Leave me a comment and then hit me up and let me know what's going on the Instagram. All right. And now you know what time it is. It's time for the bars. Stocks and bars. Yo, Nas, let me hold this beat for a minute, fam. Put a little finance on it. Yo, life is what you make it. Victorious. Raise fists. Difference in the outcome. Be warriors. Take risks. Over 30 years, you'll be a millionaire. Debate ends. After this verse, you should be convinced the wait ends. I crave wins. Give you the first 2 tips to help your dollars off a crucifix. No episode that you should miss. Changing up the methods that my culture used to do for risk. Bars that I provide for adults, but get the youth to quit. It's Stocks and Bars, the Stock Market Hip Hop Podcast. The only place where you'll find finance mixed with hip hop. And make sure you check out every single episode and share with your friends. Peace. Stocks and bars, stocks and bars, stocks and bars, stocks and bars.